Hi everybody, this is Katie Vandermeer, and I wanted to take a minute and talk about the required materials because I've had a few questions at the start of the semester. So let's just go over to required materials in our class list. First of all, you need to get the textbook. You can get it in the bookstore. You can buy it online cheaper. You could rent it. You could get it used much cheaper than $201. But if that's all they have in the bookstore, that's probably the most expensive price you'll encounter for this book. You can find it a lot of places cheaper if you can go outside of the book. Here is one link down here. This is also where I keep my electronic copies, so I'm going to go over there so we can take a look at what we would need. So here is, let's see, some prices you could use if you wanted to rent the textbook. That's one place. You could also go to Half, or you could go to Amazon or other places online and get it. But let's take a look at the book and why we need it. First of all, this is just the table of contents we're looking at. If you have a printed copy of the book, you'll notice at the beginning there is this yellow section. It's this color, and it's called FM1. This is file management. Now, if you're not familiar with how to open and save files, how to create folders, how to move files and copy folders, how to use compression and extract zip files, then I want you to go through these pages. This shows you how to do this and how to manage your files in an organized way. It shows you with Windows 7 and Windows 8. If you're using Windows 10, I have a supplement you could get for that, and it'll show you how to do all of these things in Windows 10. I will tell you on my laptop that I'm using right here, I use Windows 10, and there's very little difference between 8 and 10. It's very easy. So this FM1, File Management 1, will not be a required module that we'll go through, but if you are not familiar with all of these things listed here, especially from this bullet point on down, then I want you to go through that on your own. When we pick up, we're going to start with tutorial 1, and we'll go through this together as part of a recorded lecture and some hands-on work. But you can use an electronic copy like I use, or you could use the printed copy like you might get in the text or in the bookstore. So you'll need the textbook. Now, one thing I wanted to talk about next is which version of Excel do you need to use? I've had a couple questions about Office 2016. Now, we are using, first let me show you how you can see what you have. So if you have Excel already, you just go to find it, launch it. You'll notice mine comes up and it says Excel 2013 already. So when you first open it, you have the recent screen, and we'll look at what this means. And then you have some suggested files, but you could just click blank worksheet if you want for now, and it'll open up a blank workbook. And under File and then Account or Options, depending what version you're using, if I go to Account, you might have to go to Options, but I can see that it says Office Professional Plus 2013. That's what I need. Microsoft Office 2013. It contains Access and Excel and Notebook, or OneNote it's called, Outlook, PowerPoint, Publisher. Oh, that's a fun tool if you've never used it. Word, and those Skype and InfoPath, whatever those are. But those are part of mine. Yours may be different, and that's okay. Now, the question I've been getting is, if I have 2016, can I use 2016? And the answer to that is go ahead. I'm cool with that. But I want you to be aware that our textbook gives instructions in many places, step by step. So it'll say, click on page layout, and then go next to orientation, you'll see size. And I want you to be aware that in 2016, these might be in different order, or there might be something else that's added. So there's new features, or things might be a little different on this ribbon, the toolbars that you see up here, but all of the features that we'll do will be able to do in 2016. I just want you to be able to, you're going to have to look beyond the step-by-step instructions, see what we're trying to find, and look for it if you have to in 2016. Now, in Blackboard, I found and shared by Robert McMillan, let's give him credit, a quick video on the differences between Excel 2013 and 2016. And they're very, very little differences. I think you'll just be fine if you're using 2016. If not, if you don't have Office at all, now is the time to get it. One, because we need it, and two, it's free because you're a student in the CIS department. On our website, which is grcc.edu/CIS, or I also give you the link in required materials. This is a good site you should be familiar with as a student in our department. But we have free Office 365 software right there. Now this PDF is the same as what I give you in here, this link right here. It will tell you, congratulations, you get a free install of Office 365, which you can put on 5 computers, 5 PCs or Macs, iPads, phones, whatever. Don't go giving it out to your entire family going, hey, I'll sell you Office. That's illegal, so don't do that. But you can use it for academic use through this program, and it's free. Plus you get 1 terabyte of online storage for saving data out to the cloud. Microsoft's cloud is called OneDrive. That is amazing if you need to work at home or school. You store your file out into the cloud. You log into OneDrive, or I'm sorry, OneDrive when you get to wherever you're going. Download your file and work on it there. It's a great place to store data. So anyway, it's free. So I know books are expensive, but software's getting cheaper. So that's good for us. Pardon me too. This is winter time right now, and I have gotten the crud like everyone else does, so I sound a little coldish. Okay, so what we need to do is go to this site right here. Now back in required materials, I've put that little link right down here. It'll pop it open. And then you have to register your student email account, first name, last name, whatever your Blackboard username is, at email.grcc.edu. Click here. It'll get you going. Then it'll give you your install, and you'll have the entire suite. Now that's what I have. I have the entire Office suite. I got from the same product that you did, Windows 13 or Word 13, Excel, PowerPoint. There's other ones I have down here that I don't have organized. And also I'm using my laptop. I have a PC and I'm using a Windows 10. There's no differences that I see like I mentioned. Did I already? I'm sorry, I'm a little sick, so I probably just said I'm using Windows 10 already. But now you know twice if I told you twice. But that operating system doesn't matter. So you need the book, bam. You need the text, you need the software, bam. Use 2016 if you want. I haven't used 2016 yet. There's a discussion group over here, and I think I can create a forum called 2016 questions. If you have questions about 2016, you can put them out there, and maybe your classmates can respond. Won't be required, but maybe a good place to troubleshoot any problems that come up if they do. Just because we're an online class doesn't mean we won't know each other. So, hi everybody, I'm Katie. Well, we won't know each other, but we can communicate in ways that make us not feel so distant and online and alone. Anyway, 2016. Data files. This is the third thing you need, the third and final thing you need to get ready for the semester. So you click this little link and it downloads. I'm using Chrome. That's my browser I'm using. So it's downloading here. If you're using IE or Firefox is another one I use, it downloads into a downloads directory, and you'll see the progress bar up here, I think. But takes a minute to download, and then read this here. What I'm telling you is you're responsible for organizing your files. So what I did is I created a directory on my desktop. Put it in, organize your files. That's part of what Chapter 1 is about, or that FM1 is about. I have some file management to my structure. Like here's my, if this were my academic year, this is my 2016 academic year. These are classes that I teach and how they're organized. But and then there's, directories in there that I keep things organized that way. But what I suggest is you do, this is Brainy Smurf, is that you create a directory called CIS 156 homework. So that's what I did. I just threw it on my desktop. And then when this thing gets done downloading, you're going to unzip that directory into your homework directory, and then you'll be ready to go. Well, that's almost there. Let me jump over to the book real quick, because after this video, you're going to start tutorial 1. Now, the chapters aren't called chapters in this book. They're called tutorials. So we'll start with tutorial 1, EX1, and this will tell you at the beginning of every tutorial what your starting data files are. So that's what we're downloading right now. So here, my download's done. So I'm going to right-click and show in folder. Again, if you're using another browser, just go to wherever those were downloaded, probably your downloads directory. Here this is. I'm going to double-click on that. Well, no, let me double-click. Let me go back. Let me right-click and go to Extract All. I'm unzipping this, and I don't want it to unzip right there. I want it to unzip to my homework directory. So I'm going to go back to where my homework directory is, and I'm going to unzip it there. And then hit Extract, and 334 files will go into that homework directory. If you're not, I know I went through that fast, but this is something that you should know already, and through either previous course or just using Windows already. If you don't, go through file management that starts on FM1. So now I did that, and remember how I just said when we're looking at the book, these would be our starting files for the first tutorial? Well, when I go over to my homework file, now I have this data files for text, and it says, let's move this over a little bit, it says, okay, go into the Excel 1, tutorial case. You see all these? These are the files you'll need. They're right here. And our first thing that we're going to do, for example, is work on this file. So it'll say go to tutorial and open up or go to case 1 and open up the Pacific file. Or go to tutorial here and open up SP Finances. So these files in this directory that we just downloaded, all those data files, we're going to need all of those. So keep these, save these, make a backup. These will be our homework files that we'll use and access as the class goes on, and things that you'll turn in for homework. So that's it. There's another link down here on the hub, DreamSpark. You'll get an email in your student email account about that, but that's not required for this course. Lots of free things out there if you like to get them, though. So we're ready to go. I'm excited. We got the book, we got Excel, we got our data files. Next thing you're going to do is go over here to assignments, and here was Unit 0 that you've already done. and I'm going to activate this tutorial very soon, and then you'll be starting tutorial 1, which is this part of the textbook right here. Alright? Thanks. I'll see you soon in another video.